Imagine walking through a Korean farm and discovering seedlings that are stronger, healthier, and more vigorous than anything you've ever grown. Yet there isn't a single plastic tray in sight. While Western gardeners have become dependent on seed-starting trays, Korean farmers have perfected an ancient yet revolutionary approach that's turning modern gardening wisdom on its head. If you're tired of leggy seedlings, transplant shock, and the endless cycle of plastic waste, prepare to discover a method that will fundamentally change how you think about starting seeds. The Trayless Revelation. Why Korean farmers are ditching traditional methods. Korean agricultural wisdom has always emphasized working with nature rather than against it, and their seedling cultivation methods perfectly embody this philosophy. While we've been cramming seeds into tiny plastic cells, Korean farmers create what they call nurturing mounds, raised beds of specially prepared soil that serve as natural incubators for young plants. This isn't simply direct sowing in unprepared ground. It's a sophisticated system that combines ancient knowledge with modern understanding of soil biology. The revelation becomes clear when you understand that plants in nature don't grow in isolated containers. They develop in interconnected soil systems where roots can spread naturally, access diverse nutrients, and form crucial relationships with beneficial microorganisms. Korean farmers recognize that by mimicking these natural conditions from the very beginning, they could raise seedlings that are not just surviving but thriving from day one. What makes this approach so compelling is its counterintuitive nature. We've been conditioned to believe that controlling every variable, soil volume, drainage, spacing, is the key to successful seed starting. Korean farmers have shown that giving plants more freedom, not less, actually creates the strongest foundation for lifelong health. Their seedlings develop these robust root systems that just wouldn't be possible in the confined space of a seed tray. This leads to plants that are naturally more resilient, drought-tolerant, and, a lot more productive. Let's take a closer look at the mound method, which really gives us a deep dive into Korean soil science. The heart of this system, honestly, lies in creating what Korean farmers call life mounds. These are carefully constructed raised areas that provide optimal conditions for seed germination and early growth. And these aren't just random piles of dirt, but actually they're precisely engineered growing environments that address every need of developing plants. So, the mounds usually measure about 3 feet wide, and honestly they can extend as long as needed. They're raised approximately 6 to 8 inches above the surrounding soil level. Above this, Korean farmers add a specialized growing medium that combines fine compost, aged rice hulls, and what they call mountain soil, a naturally occurring mixture of decomposed organic matter from forest floors. The mountain soil introduces a diverse community of beneficial microorganisms that immediately begin forming symbiotic relationships with young plant roots. And this isn't just growing medium, it's actually a living ecosystem that supports plant health in ways that sterile potting mix never could. The entire structure is designed to regulate temperature naturally, staying warmer during cool nights and maintaining consistent moisture levels throughout the day. Beyond the tray, the science behind enhanced root systems really starts to shine. The difference between tray-grown and mound-grown seedlings becomes dramatically apparent when you examine their root systems. Plants started in trays develop what researchers call container syndrome, roots that circle within the confined space, creating a tangled mass that struggles to establish properly when transplanted. This root development difference has profound implications for plant health and productivity. When roots can grow freely from germination, they establish beneficial relationships with mycorrhizal fungi, those microscopic partners that extend the plant's nutrient-gathering capacity exponentially. Temperature regulation is another crucial advantage of the mound system. Soil has tremendous thermal mass compared to plastic trays, meaning it heats up slowly during the day and releases that warmth gradually at night. The biological diversity available in living soil cannot be replicated in any commercial potting mix. Korean mounds teem with beneficial bacteria, fungi, protozoa, and other microorganisms that help plants access nutrients, fight off pathogens, and adapt to environmental stresses. So, let's dive into the practical application of how you can start your trayless journey today. It's actually pretty exciting to think about the possibilities. Implementing the Korean mound method in your own garden requires some initial preparation, but the process is surprisingly straightforward and adaptable to spaces of any size. You begin by selecting a location that receives adequate sunlight for your chosen crops. Most vegetables need at least 6 hours of direct sun daily. The beauty of this system is that it works whether you have acres or just a small backyard plot. Isn't that just fantastic? The goal here is to create a growing medium that drains well but retains moisture, with plenty of organic matter to feed soil microorganisms. It's all about balance, really, and ensuring that your soil is rich and healthy. Seed spacing in the mound system is different from traditional methods. Instead of cramming seeds into individual cells, you're giving them room to develop naturally while still maintaining efficient use of space. For crops like lettuce or Asian greens, plant seeds about 2 inches apart in all directions. The future of seed starting is sustainable, resilient, and honestly, pretty revolutionary. The environmental implications of adopting Korean mound methods extend far beyond your individual garden. Traditional seed starting relies heavily on plastic trays, which contribute to the billions of pounds of agricultural plastic waste generated annually. By eliminating these single-use containers, gardeners can significantly reduce their environmental footprint while actually improving their growing results. The resilience benefits of this system become more important each year, as climate change creates more unpredictable growing conditions. Plants raised using the Korean method are inherently more adaptable because they've never experienced the artificial protection of controlled environments. Over time, the mound system actually improves your soil, building organic matter and biological activity that benefits every plant in your garden. The community aspect of this growing method shouldn't be overlooked either. Korean agricultural traditions emphasize shared knowledge and collective improvement, and their seedling methods really reflect this philosophy. When you create living soil systems, you're contributing to the broader ecosystem health of your area. The beneficial microorganisms you're cultivating don't stay confined to your garden. They spread through water movement, wildlife, and plant interactions, improving soil health throughout your neighborhood. By choosing to grow seedlings in living soil rather than sterile containers, you're joining a movement of gardeners who are rediscovering the wisdom of working in partnership with nature. As more gardeners discover these techniques, we're moving toward a more sustainable, resilient, and ultimately more successful approach to growing food. Ready to revolutionize your seed starting and join the growing community of gardeners embracing these time-tested techniques? Don't forget to subscribe to the Living Soil Lab for more innovative gardening wisdom, and share this guide with fellow gardeners who are ready to ditch their trays and discover the power of growing in living soil. Together, we can transform not just our gardens but our entire approach to sustainable food production.